Mrs. Schaus made the gift, it belongs to all of us.
Her donating the land and also her donation of money to get this up and running is just it's a heroic story that I think needs to be told throughout America.
I think the contributions of Mrs. Schaus are in evidence here because our spirits are truly enriched by her gift.
And we always say that Wolf Trap, being the only national park dedicated to the performing arts, puts us in our own very special category.
Part of what I really love and respect about Wolf Trap is there's so many different kinds of music that are stewarded here. You have the symphony and you have operas and you have bluegrass bands.
Children's theater in the woods.
And then you come into the barns and 350, 400 people can make a lot of noise if they like it.
I look at it as a kind of university of learning for the arts.
Good evening, y'all. We've got the best in our backyard right here, and I think people take that for granted. There's so much variety that it's hard to pass it up.
It's that wonderful communal spirit and feeling of experiencing something with strangers that at the end of 2 hours or 2.5 hours become strangers no more.
Wolf Trap makes people happy. Wolf Trap preserves a legacy. Wolf Trap exposes young, old, and everybody in between to the performing arts. The blending of the performing arts and the natural environment, I think it's a very unique experience.
A park police officer reportedly heard an explosion and then saw the Filene Center in flames.
It was in the morning, it was all the local stations were carrying it and live, it was still burning.
And I kept calling Mother and calling and couldn't get through.
It was frightening. How could this happen?
Finally, at 2 o'clock in the morning, I reached her, and I said, "What are you going to do?" And typical of Mother, rebuild.
Mrs. Schaus said, "We're not going to let this stop us. We're going to go right back to it, and we're not only that, we're not going to lose a season."
I think every patron should have an understanding and appreciation of that rich legacy of Mrs. Schaus.
When I walk around and see the families and the kids, you know we're building for the next generation. And that's important because Wolf Trap is for the ages.